So I'm here driving on the road and I see this guy that's been pulled over by the police, and probably speeding, getting a speeding ticket. And I know that sucks. I mean, those tickets aren't cheap. Neither speeding tickets nor parking tickets. They set the fees in order to make it hurt. And so I feel sorry for the guy. But at the same time, if the guy is driving recklessly, you know, too fast for the road conditions, he needs to be stopped and ticketed because it's dangerous for the other road users. And that just got me thinking about the difference between how, let's just say, key leaders in the modern Democrat Party approach the whole issue of crimes. In that it seems often that they're all heart and no head. If someone crosses the border illegally, then their first instinct is, oh, this poor fellow is fleeing from terrible conditions or persecution in his native country. Let's help. What can we do to help? You know, it's an instinctive pity reaction. Kind of like when I saw the guy getting pulled over, my first thought was, "Oh, this poor guy is gonna have to pay a big ticket, big fine." But then, what about the other side of it? You know, what about the costs of illegal immigration? What about the burden it puts on, the communities, on taxpayers? What about the problems of, illegal voting? What about the way in which it undercuts wages? I mean, it really seems to me that, leaders like Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, some of these, Kamala Harris, Stacey Abrams, they're not, they're like all heart and no head. They're just seeing one side of the equation and they're not seriously looking at the reasons why illegal immigration needs to be prevented. So it's like they'd be telling the police, you know what, stop ticketing these people that are speeding. A lot of them, they they're just trying to get to work, and tickets are expensive, and you're going to cause this guy to miss his rent payment because he has to pay $100 ticket, and not thinking about, oh, the police are trying to keep the road safe. This guy's speeding. He's going 50, in a 30-mile-an-hour residential area. He's gonna run over someone's kid, and it's like they're all heart and no head. And you see that in the way they talk about illegal immigrants, where all the concern is for the people that are crossing illegally. The terrible situations that they must be fleeing. Whether it be persecution or crime and violence or terrible economic conditions with no hope in their home countries. And they're not seriously considering, the implications for the US. There are costs involved with illegal immigrants. Everything from, processing to housing to, whatever benefits they become eligible for, burden on the taxpayer, the need for, additional language facilities in local communities and schools, and the increased population in the public schools. I mean, there's a long list of reasons why illegal immigration creates problems for the US, and they don't seem to take them very seriously.